Hello fellow unicorns, welcome to another video, and today we're going to talk about how to put your art out there. So you're a prospective, ambitious artist and you want to get your art out there, you want to be recognized, you want to be hired, you want to build your career, but don't know how to go about on it, how to start. Well, I have 10 ways of getting your art out there, and let's start with the rule number 1, and that is you need to fight your fears. There are two major fears which young artists and prospective artists have, and that is the fear of not being good enough, or that your art might be stolen and like reproduced, resold and stuff like that. So regarding the fear of not being good enough, we all need to start by making baby steps. We need to improve our art, we need to work more, we need to evolve, and that's a way of a lot of artists. Art is a craft, it's a skill that's developed through time, and there is no use just hiding away with your papers and pens in your room, locked away from everybody. If you want to be recognized, you need to be seen. About the other fear that a lot of people ask me about is, will my art be stolen? Will my art be reproduced and reused and sold and resold? To be perfectly honest, this does happen, but it happens to like bigger artists, it happens to like more mainstream artists that are already recognized, so you as a beginner don't really need to fear this much. Of course, there are copycats that sometimes take away your art and try to present it as their own, but you still have regulations, and you're being protected by many websites that host your images. For example, you can always have the timestamp or your own watermark on your art piece and protect your art this way. You cannot be seen and recognized without actually being shared around, and sometimes people use your art, but it's not the end of the world, trust me, because if you're good enough of an artist, you will be able to create art on a daily basis even, and just move along and build your career for yourself, and your copycats won't be able to stop you or hinder you. So it's just a small problem, trust me, it's nothing to actually be scared of. Number 2, use popular topics and hashtags. So if you want to be recognized but you still keep doing art of stuff that's personally dear to you and not really a popular topic, you might be having some hard times on getting recognized or getting your stuff out there. So I suggest maybe trying to find the popular topics that you personally like and using them in your art so that you can boost the search engines. When people just look for those popular stuff, maybe they will stumble up on your art as well, and then you will be able to showcase them your original art too. Number 3, draw fan art. So I know there are a lot of artists that frown upon fan art, and that's completely fine, but if you want to be recognized and found online and discovered by potential companies or employers, fan art is the way to go. You don't need to continue drawing fan art once you hit some sort of a big goal or get hired by a company, but it's a good way to get the companies to find you, to find your art. Also, I do not recommend for you to draw fan art of stuff you don't like, because usually then you're not motivated enough to make the art really good. So that if you will decide to get into drawing fan art, make sure to draw fan art of stuff that you actually do like. Number 4, talk to people and build your own community. This is very important. People who follow you are your bread and butter. They will usually be your main backing point, your main second family, people who will love what you do, support you, and bring you light when there is depression, darkness, burnout, and stuff like that. So make sure to keep speaking to people who share your interests, who like your work, and just appreciate them, because they are definitely one of the most important people in your artistic career and your life. Number 5, use social networks. To be perfectly honest, Facebook as a social network is currently having some troubles, and they do have this crappy algorithm going that prevents you from hitting your audience. Even if people are subscribed to you, just Facebook is limiting the amount of people who can see your work, so make sure to be spread through all social networks. Don't be one of those people who is like, no, I'm going to use this social network and not this one. Just do them all. Just try them on. And when you start uploading your daily art to those social networks, make sure to just use every social network and follow up on which social network actually realizes it for you to reach the most people, to reach the bigger audience, because sadly social networks of today are blocking or charging you for people to see your art and stuff. So you should be able to bypass this by always being flexible and seeing if Instagram or YouTube or Tumblr or Twitter are currently going in your favor and giving you more of a reach to wider audience, I guess. Number 6, publishing art at a good time. So if you're having an audience that's from your country or a preferred country like the United States or Britain or Canada or something like that, those people who are the majority of the people who are following you, they might not be awake, or they might be sleeping at the time that you upload your art. You need to research time zones. You need to research when people are in school or at their jobs and not being able to just go online and see your art. So you need to calculate when you're going to be uploading your art so that all of these people that follow you can see it just on time when they are waking up or having lunch or having some free time after school or after their jobs. Number 7, showcase your art. You need to be present in reality as well as online. You can showcase your art online by spamming online. Well, spamming, I mean like being active on online forums, art groups, on DeviantArt and such, online places where you can actually showcase your art and talk to fellow artists about improving and showing what you love, what you do. So this is an important part, as well as being active and present in everyday life on places where you should showcase your art. For example, you can go to conventions and buy yourself a booth and do some prints and sell some prints, or any type of other ways to showcase your art. Maybe it's like canvas paintings, maybe it's like little merchandise, wallets, buttons, pins, whatever. If you're crafting something, it's also very good to showcase at conventions. Make sure to like print posters and participate in maybe art contests or shared exhibitions, or maybe if you do have the money, maybe you can try setting up your own little exhibition, like art exhibit at a local art community or something like that, so people can just come to a real physical place and see your artwork. Number 8, time fixes everything. Time is the main part of your art that will help you. You need to be patient, and you need to realize that in due time you will develop an artistic brand, test out maybe some sort of logos or your unique presence or your unique mission or a story. You will be developing your own merch, branch out to your personal like business, or create a portfolio or art to send to your potential hiring companies or employers. Number 9, make art in bulk and schedule it to have daily content. So when we discover what our optimal best time to post art is, now is the time to just go and upload at the same time across all our social networks. For this, I wanted to speak more about an online scheduler app that I have discovered for Instagram. This is also today's video sponsor, but I am being very honest, this is the first ever scheduler for Instagram that I found out that is completely free and actually does its work. You can find it, it's called Apphi, You can find it for iOS and Android. It's a free app for scheduling and auto posting on Instagram. So when you're busy going outside, not being near your phone, just going to school or going to your job or something like that, and you need to upload every day, sometimes life is too busy and you can't do it. So you can just follow up, open up Apphi, schedule your stuff for Instagram, and it will automatically post at the best time that you have chosen for uploading your work every day. So whenever I'm too busy to upload, when I'm on a trip or a business meeting or just elsewhere and not on my phone, I just use Apphi to schedule my art for Instagram, and I have been using it for quite some time and I'm actually very satisfied with this app. I am warmly recommending it to everybody because it's a free app and it gives you up to 10 monthly uploads for your best times of the week. When you do the math, it's like every 3 days you can upload in the best days of the week when people are free and they have some free time, and you can definitely calculate when your audience is awake and has the free time, and you can just bam, schedule it and then post it at the best time for your audience. If you're doing a post that will later be deleted, for example, something for holidays or something that's just a temporary post, you can actually set up a delete time as well, and then you will get a screenshot of that post before it gets deleted, that you do have some sort of an archive. The one thing that annoys me the most about social networks is just those boring tags, and this is something I really like about this app because it actually saves your previous messages and tags and you can just reuse them. And if you have a sponsored post on Instagram, which is something that's happening a lot of these days, you can actually notify your sponsor for this post by sending them an email confirmation that your post is up, and they can just see this and see how much progress you have, how much reach you have, and be very informed about everything you do when you're trying to do a promoted post with them. And number 10, be regular and active. This is very important. Your audience likes what you do, they like your style, they like your development, they like your artwork, but they will be expecting you to be there in their lives, like their favorite show or their favorite series. They will expect for you to be active at least a couple of days a week, and of course to be there when they wake up, if it's a part of their daily routine, or to have your latest art when they come home from work. They will want to see new stuff from you all the time. So to make sure to comply with them, I suggest for you guys to just make bulk art when you can. Like when you do a lot of artwork, don't just dump it on your audience. Try to use drop by drop of your art and schedule it, and be smart with your uploads, and then give it to your audience so that they can have a daily dose of your wonderful art. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope it was informative and useful for you guys. Please let me know if you have some other stuff you would like to add, and if these tips and tricks actually help you with something. See you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you would like to learn how to draw manga, please check out my book Manga Crash Course, available in 4 different languages, as well as my latest book Manga Crash Course Fantasy.